This is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. It is one of the most recognizable designs in the world, often fetching six figures at auction and serving as the definitive work of designer Gerald Genta. But long before Genta became a household name in luxury, he was a 22-year-old designer looking for his first big break. He found it not at one of the famous Holy Trinity houses, but at Universal Geneve. The company's story begins in 1894. It was founded in Lellouc, a town that served as the traditional center of the Swiss watchmaking world. From the start, their ambitions were global. They specifically chose the name Universal because they wanted a brand that could sell in any market on Earth without being tethered to a local Swiss identity. By the 1950s, that vision was a reality. Universal Geneve had become a global manufacturer, producing high-end movements and complicated watches that sat on the same shelves as Rolex and Omega. This is what makes the brand's history so unusual. A titan that defined the peak of Swiss engineering vanished so completely from the public consciousness that today it has to be rediscovered by a new generation of collectors. The first pillar of their success was the professional chronograph. During the 1940s, Universal Geneve dominated the market for precision timing tools. Their most sophisticated achievement arrived in 1944, the Tri-Compax. It was a mechanical marvel that combined a triple calendar, a moon phase, and a full chronograph into a single timepiece. To understand the difficulty of this build, look at how the layers are stacked. Engineers had to fit a calendar ring, a moon phase disc, and a chronograph gear train inside a case just 36 millimeters wide. While the Tri-Compax was built for high society, the Aero-Compax was a rugged alternative. It abandoned the calendar features for a dense set of outer scales, a tachymeter and a telemeter. This was a dedicated aviation instrument. It was designed for pilots who needed to calculate airspeed and distance while navigating a cockpit, built to stay accurate despite constant vibration and altitude shifts. Universal Geneve's portfolio was unique because they didn't just make accessories. They built specialized mechanical solutions for completely different and often extreme environments. In 1954, the brand shifted its focus toward the second pillar, aesthetic innovation. At the time, Scandinavian Airline System was making history by launching the first commercial passenger route directly over the North Pole, cutting the flight time between Europe and the American West Coast. SAS commissioned Universal Geneve to create a commemorative watch for the route. The brand gave the project to a 22-year-old Gerald Genta. He delivered the Polerouter. The Polerouter featured a clean, architectural dial that felt immediately modern. It moved away from the cluttered layouts of the past and set a new visual language for the entire industry. This commission established the brand as a hub for talent, effectively launching the career of the man who would go on to reshape the world of luxury watch design. The third pillar was pure engineering. The brand set out to solve the physical bulk that limited the design of automatic watches. Usually, an automatic watch winds using a large, semicircular rotor stacked on top of the movement, making cases thick and heavy. Universal Geneve bypassed this limitation by dramatically shrinking the rotor, integrating it directly into the movement plate to produce watches of unprecedented slimness. This engineering breakthrough is still the gold standard. Today, the most prestigious luxury brands in Switzerland rely on the micro-rotor concept to power their high-end, ultra-thin mouse. Every modern collector who appreciates a slim, automatic dress watch is benefiting from a mechanical solution pioneered by the engineers at Universal Geneve. By the late 1960s, Universal Geneve was at its peak, but the entire Swiss industry was about to face a technological threat it wasn't prepared for. This was the quartz crisis. Japanese manufacturers began producing battery-powered watches that offered perfect accuracy for a fraction of the price of a mechanical movement. This arrival of cheap, reliable accuracy instantly rendered Universal Geneve's mechanical masterpieces obsolete in the eyes of the general public. The brand was sold to an industrial group, movement production was outsourced, and the incredible engineering legacy of the past several decades slowly faded into obscurity. It is a reminder that no amount of historical dominance can save a brand when its entire industry undergoes a total technological shift. However, the story didn't end there. Today, we are seeing a massive revival driven by the global watch community. Enthusiasts are hunting down vintage Polerouters and Tri-Compaxes. recognizing the enduring value in Genta's early designs and the brand's mechanical innovations. Collectors are now choosing these technical achievements over brand name recognition, establishing Universal Geneve as a prestigious alternative to the industry's more obvious giants.